Hello there, welcome to another episode of World of Tanks with Gainy Titan, and this is, well, it's potentially my farewell to the Skoda T25. I am up to the 98%, I think, 99% possibly on the current crew skill. So I just need to get that to 100% and then train the extra 25,000 or so experience to get the crew to be able to transfer over to the next tank, which is the T25 So 77 games so far. This is from a couple of weeks ago actually. However, the second game after this is a recent game. It's from last night. The the games at the moment are actually quite short, and it's very hard to get a game that exceeds 5 or 6 or 7 minutes. I mean, they seem to, a lot of them are less than 6 minutes, which I think is extremely short. And but that just seems to be the way it goes, at least at the middle tiers. I don't know if it's as I go up the tiers now. It'd be interesting actually to see will there be a change in the time it takes to complete a match. However, at the moment, that's the way it is, so I decided to bring in two games. They're both first-class mastery games in the T25, and I really like this tank, so I think it's going to be a keeper in my garage. I've managed to get a first mark of excellence on it, not at the point of this game. It happened a couple of days ago, and the game which it happened wasn't particularly remarkable, because you just push the damage standing that fraction of percent over. It looks like it's 2 marks. You know, the actual marks in the barrel is 2 little short white stripes. It's not a full round the barrel or stars or anything like that. Like in the British tanks, it's 2 little marks. But then the Germans use 3 marks, so it's, you know, who knows exactly. I suppose everybody has their own traditions. And as I said, I've had 77 games and I haven't yet managed to get an ace tanker game. Although I think that's just a matter of time if I keep playing it. Unlikely to do so though. I'm not going to stay on the tank specifically to get something like that, because I just want to move on, and I'm actually looking forward to the next tank. I've certainly faced them on the battlefield and found them to be quite formidable, and I really like the T-34 series in general. So far all the T-34 variants are tanks that I've quite enjoyed playing. So I wasn't having any luck down around the southern edge of the map there. I was going to be facing off against heavy tanks in a position where they would be able to see me and shoot back, whereas I'm facing heavy tanks here in a position where they can't see me and shoot back, so I can be more or less free to liberally spray and pray, because I'm not really going to have much of a chance to hold down T29. I was hoping to get a tracking shot, you know, that eventually if I'm pounding away at the tracks that I will take them out, and then somebody will hit them with a big gun and I'll get the tracking damage, the assistance damage, but that's not working out for me either, even though I am getting the occasional critical, and I'm getting the occasional hit as well, as it finds a chink in the armour there, probably between the front drive wheels and the hole behind it. And as you can see, even bouncing it off the side of the turrets, the reticle is orange most of the time, except when I point through the tracks. But the gun dispersion isn't going to be good enough that I can guarantee to hit that spot. Got that one through. And the Japanese super heavies take him out. And then the Black Prince rolls forward. I get 1 round of damage, and I think another Japanese super heavy is about to take him out. And the enemy team have just melted in front of their eyes, and this poor devil reverses off the cliff. I've been there, done that, but yeah, it's still funny. So, T43, much tougher tank than I have. Again, you can see the legacy of the T34 design. I can put rounds into when I'm behind. I'm still using the regular ammunition. I probably should have switched to premium, really, when I was up close against a higher tier tank like that. We're getting the odd hit in though, and we're kind of ahead on the whittling him down race. So I've decided to stop, and he gets the shot into me, but then he stops for the finishing shot, which makes it just so much easier for me. However, we're not out of the woods yet. Not all the enemy tanks are dead, and there's an FE201, A45 up there, and as soon as I start shooting at him, he gets awfully interested in my position, and I've gone for the reload. I thought that the medium tank might engage him, but the medium tank's kind of gone around the back, and he's ignoring the medium tank. He's coming for me. And with 642 health and a heavy tank, the chances of penetrating are not great. Now I have switched to the APCR, A, because I'm fighting a heavy tank, and B, because I've only got one round with a regular AP left. That's what happens when you go for reloads and multi-loaders and auto-loaders. I've got shot in the engine, repaired the engine. But fortunately for me, by the time we got around, he had taken 2 hits chasing me down, and he made him a one-shot. So I was able to get rid of him nice and handy. And that brought us to the end of the game, and we have now just get the results. So as you can see, not a lot of money when you're not on premium, but we got over 1200 damage. Not a lot of assisted damage, but we managed to get a first-class mastery out of that game. And we came number 2 by experience on the first class mastery, so 1294 base experience. So my guess is that 16 or 1700 experience probably see you with an ace tanker in this tank. Radio, we're now on Can East-West mode, and we're still not top tier, but it's not a tier 8 game like the last one. This is a more recent game, and I actually have the Marks of Excellence on the barrel on this one. I don't know if you'll be able to see it in game. So I just push down south a bit, and I'm going to come up along that road towards the centre, is the kind of current plan, because I don't want to get involved in the fighting along the exits to the north. I mean, a lot of tanks tend to go right up along the A line, and it's a good position to push in either direction, but this isn't the tank to get involved in that kind of melee, and I was kind of coming into the middle, more or less to scout. There aren't a lot of scouty type tanks. There's one of them. We're not hitting him with any shot. But the Leopard is a pretty decent tank at that kind of role. And there is the first of the tanks on the center line. But that position is defended, and the Leopard is coming down this way, and he's spotting me. Which is why I'm going down into the low ground, because you'd never know on this map where somebody is looking at you from. And we get around into him, and he stops. And that proved to be a fatal mistake, because no sooner has he stopped and he's utterly annihilated by somebody. And now there is a very large cluster of tanks gathering up the northern end of the map, and I'm thinking I can get side shots in from here, and that I can do so with relative safety. I am being spotted by that medium tank in front of me, but I don't think he's really in a position to shoot at me. Yeah, he's hit shots in the ground there in front of me. He's got not a lot of target to shoot at. This guy needs to back up in order for me to get a shot at him. And we get one in, but we miss the other two, I think. We get a critical. And he's back up a bit further. Side shots on a Sherman is pretty good. So he's not, but he's reversing back because he's low on health, and he's thinking the better of his thought of what he was doing. One of the tanks is broken through down the low ground, but I don't need to do anything about it. He gets taken out by the people guarding that particular section of the ridge, the wall, whatever you want to call it. And there's a reach up there, but I can't get a clean shot at him. So that Chinu keeps spotting me, so I think it's time for him to actually go. We don't take him out, we actually lose the spot at him, but we back off with the reload, and we're going to peep up again and see if we can get him. There he is, he's still there, so he's starting to move though. So we put another round into him, and then we finish him off. But at this stage the enemy are starting to run out of tanks. I can actually get a bit more aggressive now because I don't have to worry about people in front of me. And we're just going to start putting rounds into whatever targets of opportunity are available. There are a few up there. Eventually we're going to have to change our mind though. It's probably worthwhile maybe advancing forward as well, because it's very unlikely to be a few tanks in front of me. There's at least 3 tanks up there. There's another one identified down below holding up the guys advancing from the south. And there's another guy directly in front of me and he's just been taken out. So it's a question of pushing forward. And who's spotting me? Where have I been spotted from? Okay, I'm no longer spotted. And I don't have a line of sight on the road reach. Is that the reach or beach or whatever it's called? Anyway, it's a reach. And anyway, we move forward and let's see what's to be seen over here. Well, there's a 131 out in the open. We'll take the opportunity while he's busily engaged with other people and just keep shooting at him. He's pull back for the reload and then we can continue on. He's got so many things going on now. I don't know if he's looking at me or not, but he's not shooting at me. We don't put all the clip into him. They didn't get every shot in, but we know it all adds up. And the artillery decided not to take a shot at me, but instead to try and drive away and escape. But there's no real escape. There's no place to go to. I'm out of APCR and I'm actually back onto regular ammunition, which is why I bounced so much off of that tank, the VK. However, I do have help, and therefore the situation isn't as dreadful as it might have been. And the last of the enemy artillery is about to expire, and that's it. It's game over. So did fairly well on this one, so should get a decent result. And get a better idea of where the parameters of a ace tanker lies actually. What do you have to do to get an ace tanker in this game? So we got 1697, almost 1700 damage. That is only 1 mark of excellence, despite the fact that it looks like it has 2. We got 891 assisted damage, first class mastery. We came number 1 by experience. We only got 1375, so probably need to shoot more higher tier tanks, or shoot a lot more tanks in order to get an ace tanker, because that's roughly the same experience as I got in the previous game. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please press like, comment, share. It really helps the channel out. And if you have not already done so, please subscribe to the channel. I will catch you all again soon. Bye for now.